God bless the flag, we all beating our chests. When it's peace, it's the same old game, the same old players, same old names. Right. My skin is my sin. My skin is my sin.
What's good, fam? How's everybody doing? I'm alright. Long day, tired. I had to work last night. Slept a little bit. We'll see how things go today. I hope everybody's doing good out there. Waiting on AJ. Not sure if Sean will be able to call in tonight. Man, that dude's schedule is just ridiculous. Like how he does it, man, is some type of... Shout out to Sean, man. School, work, the whole nine. Salute. But, I don't know. I'm sitting here and I'm kind of going over my thoughts on the show. And let me just get it out the way. Like, today may be the biggest L I've taken for one of the greatest shows we've had. I'm not going to get into it, but it's been crazy, to say the least. But, y'all know I'm kind of optimistic, so here's to a good one. Salute to the people that's already called in. I don't know if y'all have listened before, but pretty much we don't really talk about much in the first maybe 15 minutes, to be quite honest. It's just a bunch of rambling or, maybe a current event or, absolutely nothing. We talk about naps sometimes. I didn't get a good nap today, by the way. If that means anything to anybody. I doubt it. However, you are tuned in to My Skin is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. From goons to gods, all are welcome. We only have one rule, and that's be respectful. All right, that's pretty simple, right? I think everybody combined to that. Thus far, it's been a pretty respectful run. We've had a couple moments, but generally speaking, it's been great. The dialogue between everyone has been fantastic. I've learned a lot. Salute to everybody that's taught me something. You made a difference in my life. Be it a big one or a little one, whether you know it or not. If I learned something from you, you made a difference. And salute to you. Oh, and I forgot to tell you that you do have to press 1 if you want to get on air. Okay? And today we have, New Era is supposed to be calling up. And I arranged everything through one of their strongest affiliates, Keith Horton. So we'll see how that goes tonight. Quasi is supposed to call up also tonight. And basically what I wanted to do was kind of focus on Detroit activism. And not just, necessarily, and no disrespect to anybody, but not necessarily, on Facebook activism, but people out there on the front lines, And some of you know, some of you don't know, I'm from Detroit, so it hits home. So salute to the names that I don't know. Salute to the people that I haven't heard about that's on the front lines. I want to make sure they get a shout out too tonight, whether you're listening or not. I appreciate you. I applaud you, and I'm proud of you. So I know that irregardless in every scenario, every movement, every cause, there are a lot of people who don't get notoriety or the credit per se, or, the love per se, because nobody knows who they are. But without them, there would be no movement. So salute to you. I kind of wanted to play a little music early on, and I'm sitting here by myself, so I just might do that. I'm not sure. And like I said, we still got about 10 minutes before we really get cracking. Because I did tell Quasi to call in about 7:15. We tend to show up a little bit later in the show, so we don't put much into the beginning. It's just a practice run. No, I'm just messing with y'all. But we really don't. You know, like I say, we just kind of talk about nothing. But if you have something that you want to add to my nothingness right now, you can get in the chat room as well, or you can call 347-855-8692 and press 1. And I see some people is calling in, too. And don't forget, you do have to press 1 if you want to get on air. I think I will play a song just out of sheer. Hold on, we do have a call. Let me get them in right quick. What's good, fam?
What up, though?
What up, though?
Greetings.
Who am I speaking with?
I was invited here. Oh, this is Sister K. I was invited by Keith to come tune in to your show. I'm a NED member, and I think I'm the first one here. I wanted to see what you was getting ready to play, your music. Huh?
Oh, do you? Oh, I got something for you then. I think you'll feel this,
Hip-hop?
too.
Hip-hop?
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite genre.
Bet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you on the line, but I'm going to play this song. It's called The Second Amendment.
That'll work. Peace.
Jobstown in the motherfucking building. Niggas is pissed. So now that you can shoot me, ain't that the same thing as being lynched? Guess I let the time confuse me, but it's the same DNA, just different fingerprints. You convinced me that the race card is a card to play, when I'm the same race every fucking day. So let me get this straight. My music has to be mad low or extra low. My clothes must fit your inspection, and I must yield when I see you at an intersection, or I get shot. My speech must resemble streets I should not preach, complain or talk about white sheep, or I get shot. So what you really scared of is the Panthers. They made you see the answer, so you hit them with a cancer. So if you legal and you can get a can, let these motherfuckers know where you stand. You wanna stand your ground? I can stand mine. You wanna stand your ground? I can stand mine. So if you legal and you can get a can, let these motherfuckers know where you stand. You wanna stand your ground? I can stand mine. Since I'm a target, what if the black market start using nickels for tens in the hood? That's all you can spend. We devalue your currency without any travel. You ain't fucking with gravel, you dealing with jam. What if we boycotted the buses but nationally? Went to work and went to sleep but only bought shit to eat for 52 weeks. They don't want to hear that. Cause if you black, that's a terroristic act. But if you white, that's golf night and pats on the back. I used to wonder why you bought so many straps. Cause you see us pushing back and you too weak to scrap. You ain't a man, you a coward. Be a well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms and not be infringed. The Second Amendment. So if you legal and you can get a can, let these motherfuckers know where you stand. You wanna stand your ground? I can stand mine. You wanna stand your ground? I can stand mine. So if you legal and you can get it, can let these motherfuckers know where you stand. You wanna stand your ground? I can stand mine.
All right, that's my little indulgence for the day. Sister K?
I like that. Who was the artist?
That was me.
Oh, I figured that was what we was working up to. That was dope. You got to send me a link to that.
Oh, no doubt. I will do. I'll put together a little video for it too. But basically, like, I don't know if you was listening from the beginning. Like the first 15 minutes, we do absolutely nothing. You know, kind of give people a little chance to get warmed up. You know, people to call in. You know, realize the show is actually on. You know what I mean. What I'm saying? Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out now to get on the chat line because I kind of wanted to speak to you on the chat, but I'm still trying to work on that. So I was enjoying that music. If you got some more to listen to, I wouldn't mind hearing some more while I figure this Blog Talk chat room thing out.
All right, and if you don't, we also got an event that you could post in as well.
Oh, that's right. Okay, let me do it that way because this is pissing me off. Let me go to your page.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, Blog Talk. Okay. Blog Talk ain't the most accommodating. I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, I've tried to work on it before, and every time I get on it, I get stressed out, and I have a low, tolerance for stress. So it's kind of like, I'm gonna go through your Facebook page.
All right, that'll work.
Yeah. Okay.
Sister K, you say you're an NED member, huh? How long?
Yes. I joined the organization end of August. Yep.
Oh,
I went to like 2 open meetings, and I went to 2 open meetings, and then at my first man-to-man meet. Are you familiar with the man-to-man meets where we meet in the street in front of a black business to bring awareness to the location and also to speak to the public? Once I attended the first man-to-man meet, I was sold. It was pretty much that was the lane I needed to be in. You see what I'm saying? Because what I witnessed was foot soldiers, and basically the old way of basically putting yourself out there in front of the public and speaking to the people. That is what we desperately needed. And when I saw that happening, that was the lane I needed to be in.
Okay, I feel that, and salute to you.
Thank you. Salute to the team, though. Salute to the team.
No
I'm going to put that out there. New Era Detroit is a squad, okay? There's no one leader. We're all leaders. We all bring something to the table. So shout out to my squad, to my new NED family. They know who they are.
No doubt. And salute to the fam, And for the record, I want y'all to know we proud of y'all.
Well, we're Detroiters. That's the only way we come. We come with pride. You know what I'm saying? We carry that integrity. We as Detroiters, we got to make a stand for something. So.
No doubt.
We also,
you know what? We got to be willing to give props where they do too. And especially like born and raised in Detroit. I live in Cleveland now, so I come home. I'm hearing about y'all. I see the news. I see the papers. I see it all on Facebook. And it's not just I did. I'm thinking about doing this. Is this what we did? And that's the dope part about it.
Yeah, your story is similar to mine. I've been away from Detroit for about 22 years. I've just returned under 3 years ago. I have a 14-year-old daughter. Love is what brought me back to the D, high school sweetheart. And when I first stepped down to Detroit, when I first stepped down to Detroit, I cried, brother. I was like, wow, this is not the city that I left. I left the city as a young woman. Now that I return back to the city as a mature woman, you know what I'm saying? I was just floored. I was floored.
Which side did you grow up on?
West side. I went to Henry Ford High School.
Oh, you gotta hit me up. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like the mall looks horrible. It looks like a bomb got dropped on it.
You talking about Northland?
I'm talking about the whole 7 Mile period. You know, you
Oh
can go
yeah. Oh yeah.
from Evergreen
Oh, yeah.
to Greenfield.
Yeah, I refer to it like it looks like a war zone. It looks like Beirut, so I'm scared to see what the east side look like. I can only imagine.
Oh
So,
man, my aunt, I remember when I was a kid, like her whole block was full of houses. Now, and I mean, like, you know how the blocks on the east side are just huge. She on Chalmers. Now
wow.
it's probably 10 houses for that whole at least quarter-mile stretch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've done my, I get in the car sometimes and I ride around, and like I said, when I went to the Shrine of Madonna, that whole area, I think I'm gonna say that's what, I think that's Linwood. Was it Linwood or Lebanon? I can't remember, but I just went up the strip of a street and I was rubbernecking because I'm like, wow, like trying to find like landmarks that I used to know that weren't there anymore. So
right.
Like, I was totally lost. I felt like I was in a foreign land, actually. I was like, this is not Detroit. It doesn't look like Detroit. Not the Detroit I used to know.
I tell you, the moment that really solidified it for me is we went down to the Riverwalk, right? And not only did I see a lot of white folks, which you never really see unless it's like the Hoedown or the Red Wings, got a game or something like that. But I saw a white lady with a poodle in downtown Detroit.
Culture shock, right?
Never saw that in my life.
Okay.
A poodle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I could go, my first trip to Belle Isle when I came back, the whole family on the bikes, and, it was a culture shock for me. I was doing the Belle Isle run when, we used to hold down 7 Mile and had that on the traffic grid line. Okay, from 7 Mile, taking it down to Jefferson. You see what I'm saying? Come on now.
Thanks.
You already know what era I come from.
I'm not gonna talk about thinking of Wyoming.
Go down there. And when I wasn't in Detroit when they, when they was doing what they did to kill Patrick. But when I read that the Belle Isle was having a rock concert. In the new, I was out of state when I read about that. I'm like, rock concert at Belle Isle. I'm like, when they start doing that?
Wow.
That was when I knew something wasn't right.
So, let me ask you this though, and cause I did see, I think it was Zeke posted something, I believe, and it was basically like a response to the hate that Dearborn is putting out there. Is it almost like a compliment that they hating that hard?
Well, I don't want to put it in the context of a compliment. I would say this: it is getting the attention of a broader base than what the base that we were focusing on. So, I consider that a terrorist threat. It ain't no compliment about that. I consider that a terrorist threat because, they're now have, incorporated these, these laws to make these cyber crimes a little more efficient to fill up these prison cells. And I'm like, that applies on both extremes. So it's like, you shooting threats and singling out a brother. I mean, how else are we supposed to take that?
Yeah, I didn't hear the threats. What I heard, they was basically saying that, I didn't hear about the threats,
well, what I mean by...
go ahead.
No, what I mean by, when I say threats, I mean by, I take that as a threat. If you're putting something on social media and targeting out an individual, I consider that a threat.
I feel you. I agree.
Okay, so you understand the context I was talking about then. Okay.
Yeah, I get you now. I just wanted to make sure that I understood. And I didn't mean it, because I didn't mean it like as in a complimentary, like we love y'all, but like the fact that we going so hard after y'all means y'all doing something right.
Yeah, Yeah, I would agree to that.
They're not gonna hate on anybody that they agree with. They gonna push the bullshit, and when some real folks come along and say enough, is COINTELPRO type of not we hate you, we want to get rid of you type of shit. So salute to y'all, man. For real.
Well, it's definitely, and that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to rouse feathers. It's supposed to awaken those who are still asleep, regardless of what color you are. Okay, so, we were in Dearborn to seek the justice of our slain brother, and then, what happened with them putting that on social media, we have no control over that. It is what it is.
Do me a favor, for my listeners that aren't aware of what happened in Dearborn, can you just give a little details on why y'all were there?
Why we went there? Okay, because the Dearborn cop that was off duty, right? That he was off duty and he went in and he was out of his jurisdiction. First off, took a brother's life. That's second off. Like that right there is just like, come on now. You're not even in your jurisdiction and you over here, and you were off duty. That's another fact. He was off duty and took it upon himself to, take a brother's life. And, we're not trying to have another Ferguson up in Detroit. We're not trying, we trying to nip this in the bud. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's why we wanted to bring a direct, hard hit attention to the situation to give a clear message that, we're not having this down here. We're not having that.
I feel that, and the crazy thing is a partner of mine is a lawyer, and he called me up, and he never really been the, socially conscious, awake type, but since he started practicing, he's changed. And he called me up and he was like, man, you got to see it, man. He was like, and he was talking about y'all. He was like, man, them cats is doing it. And he was like, but not just y'all. He was like, it's something in the air. It's like, just more cooperation. It's hard to really put his finger on. But he was, the pride that he was speaking in, it was one of the best conversations we've had, and I've been knowing dude for a long time. About us. It was really just one of those conversations. You talk to your partner, y'all talk a lot of shit or whatnot, but you have one of those conversations where you're so proud of us as a people, and he was so proud of y'all. I mean, he said it like 50 times. I like, damn, let me reach out and see what I can do, because I want to help. I think most of, if not every listener that we have wants to do something. Finding what you can do is the key.
Okay. Have you been to one of New Era Detroit's open meetings?
I have not, but I got a friend of mine, Crystal, who went and been keeping me updated. So when I come in town, I definitely want to attend one, because I'm 3 hours away.
Right. I keep forgetting you did mention that. I'm sorry, brother. You did mention that.
That's all right. Like, I could get there, but it ain't as easy as it sounds. Especially when I work midnights.
Well, we have them every Thursday. Open meetings are every Thursday at Burt's Marketplace on Russell Street in Detroit, and at 6:30, and it's open to brothers and sisters. And the purpose of the open meetings is to offer like a town hall setting where, New Era Detroit board members will introduce themselves and give a little overview of what our position is in of what we're trying to do with the city, and as well as the programs we're initiating to put out in the public to, gain awareness for that. But the most important part is to meet the people that come to the open meetings, introduce themselves, and ask why they, what made them come, why were they there. And so that's the main for the open meetings, is to build that rapport, to get us talking again with each other. Like town hall meetings serve. It gets a community together and allows you to vent and create and speak, and I believe that's healthy for us. We need that. We are in dire need for that. To have town hall meetings. Every black occupied city across the country needs to have town hall meetings on a regular. Instead of Sunday football, we need our brothers and sisters at town hall meetings. Well, I don't care if it's at a church, in a garage, in somebody's backyard. We need to be getting together and brainstorming and rebuilding relations with each other.
That's a dope idea too. That really is, and it makes so much sense. You avoid, get out the public, do things privately. I like that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I mean, because I believe you said your uncle was saying, it's something in the air, and I agree with. There's definitely something cracking in the air, and we as African people, we are creative beings. We're in tune with the universe. What happened? Oh, okay. Are you still there?
Oh, no, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Something's going on with my phone. I just thought we got disconnected by mistake. But as creative beings, we're in tune with that. So we're all feeling this, regardless if we're listening to it or ignoring it or participating within it. You see what I'm saying? We're all feeling it, and it's just a matter of tapping into that.
I feel that. So I also saw that y'all catch the bus basically and pass out food.
Oh yes, that is called the Tangi's Ride. Yes, we had a NED member, Tangi, who basically left. She passed on, and this was basically for her. In her memory, this was something that she really felt that was really close to her heart, to connect, once again, as we say, connect with the people. And, what better place than to connect with the people than on the city bus, where people are, going from A to B, they're sitting, they're calm, and it's a way to just kind of like be in your face without being in your face. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And build that, and just build a rapport, and we're not on the bus is just talking about NED. We're on the bus talking about life. We're on the bus talking about, what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And just getting people to talk and feeling comfortable talking. You got to start somewhere.
I'm a big fan of that. It's a lot easier to fight for people that you at least, you don't hate. And talking is the key. I salute that 1,000%. And especially on the bus, where you actually got somebody's time and they're not really busy, they will listen.
Right, exactly. It was, Tangela's, her name was Tangela Harris. I mean, the idea was genius. I mean, just like you said, people are kind of got to be, are in a situation where, they kind of have to listen until they get off.
Right.
If they stop, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, it's clever. It was clever. And, rest in peace, Tangela. I had just met her after I had joined New Era Detroit. I got the pleasure of knowing her for a couple of months, and the impact of her energy, it was just, you can see it resonate with everybody that knew her very well. And in the short time that I knew her, I knew she was someone very special.
Definitely rest in peace to her.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see. I'm thinking, and what was that? Was that the Free Press story I was reading? I have to pull that back up. I think I posted in the event I created, and I did post actually quite a few things just that I could find, and I didn't even really hit the YouTube channel all that hard. You know, but you know, about the I posted the website, the official website for New Era Detroit. Also posted the gas station protest.
Yeah, I was there.
Were you a part of that? You were there?
Yeah, I was there.
That's like, is that the one like right on 8 Mile in Southfield?
I want to say that's 8 Mile Southfield. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So does that guy still work there? And so let me before you answer that, let me let people know. Basically, what happened is a couple of kids go up to the gas station. The clerk accuses them of stealing something and pulls a gun out on them, and nothing happens to the clerk as far as the police. As they flee, New Era shows up, blocks everything off. You know, nobody's coming in, no money spent. All right, and I just want to make sure people were aware of what happened.
Well, yeah. Well, the mother came to a NED open meeting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, basically, she tried and attempted other avenues of help and assistance and was turned away. And she came to an NED open meeting, and the next day we were there.
Wow.
Like
the next day, huh?
You know, to nip it in the bud, you know. So it was a strategic move. Many hands make light work. So, you know, it went off great, and results came, and the guy that you know did this foolishness, you know, he no longer works there. He was fired that evening.
Wow.
By the owner of the gas.
I saw her apologizing profusely.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know,
and she said she was going to press charges herself.
Okay.
The owner of the gas station. Yeah, the owner of the gas station said she was going to press charges herself. So you know,
that's dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think that's ever been. I don't think that's ever happened before in Detroit, has it?
I'm trying to think. Not that I can.
An Arab gas station shut down for over 2 hours. If you got to think about it, then I think that was a first.
You know, you know, who am I to argue at all? Because it does. I don't recall anything like that.
Mm-mm.
So you go, go to the gas station. You know, it's resolved to your satisfaction. You go home. How are you feeling?
Oh, when we went home, we went and celebrated at Nandi's Knowledge Cafe. That's what we went and did as a group. Yeah,
I feel that.
We enjoyed that whole day and evening, well into the mornings.
Yeah, see, that's what's up.
So we celebrated.
That is worth celebrating.
Yeah, we celebrated that victory.
Yeah, you know what, and that's a good look too. You know, success breeds success. You know,
the vibrations were high, so the vibrations were high, and you know, it was the African thing to do.
I feel that. I applaud that. You know, and I'm pretty sure whoever's out there listening is applauding right now as well. You know, because when I saw it, I saw it on TV actually, and I got chills. You know, it's like wow. Like it's finally happening, and it's happening the way it's supposed to happen. And it's not too many groups that I would even go out on the limb and say, you know, anything close to that. Quite honestly, you know, like my boy in Baltimore. I don't know where he at, AJ, but loves y'all. You know, people in New York, people in Cali.
In the city? Oh, okay.
AJ? No, AJ.
Oh, that's my old stomping ground.
Literally, he's in Baltimore. You know, and that's what I'm loving is people from all
ground
over.
Zero then.
Right. You know, and that's the beautiful thing of it. And like I say, it's not just being done; it's being done, at least in my opinion, correctly. You know, we're not going to take no shit. You know, let's get it out there. But we're going to do things the right way. And I respect,
you can look at it like
both levels.
Well, you can look at it like this. This is not 1968 anymore. This is 2016. And the fact that we're stuck in this time loop and actually still in this place lets you know that we are not the ones who are unsophisticated. They got some catching up to do. They're the ones stuck in time. So that's why when you see this come around again, it's going to be dealt with differently than it was in 1968. You see what I'm saying? So of course those two movements are not going to look the same, and they're not going to be the same. And trust, we're going to get different results because what? Black Americans are, college educated, skilled labor. I mean, we got all the tools we need now to make it happen. There's no excuse. So it's going to be a lot more, and I'm not taking away from, Martin Luther King's movement or anything, because, it was intelligence behind that as well. He was the face, but, it was intelligence behind him that pushed that movement the way it was pushed. But I just don't want it to get, I don't want it to be blurred and because, we find ourselves being nostalgic about the Black Panther Party, Martin Luther King era, what Malcolm X had to deal with and go through, it's almost kind of like, that's something that happened that really, we weren't there, but we can just kind of admire from afar.
Right.
Okay, but it's here now. You know what I'm saying? There's no nostalgia to that. We're dealing with now. And, apathy is killing us softly. I don't want to say apathy. I want to say our collective apathy is killing us softly. Because we're more collective in our apathy than we are in our proactiveness.
I like that one right there. And, before I get into this, I want to let people know, if you do want to get on air, you do have to press 1, just so it'll notify me that you do indeed want to get on air.
Cool. We got other.
Yeah, we got other people. I just have to let people know. Sometimes I don't do that effectively enough, so I'm working on that. And plus, I've seen a couple of 313 numbers, so I wasn't sure if they was calling up to listen or they was calling up to make a question or a comment. But to kind of piggyback off of what you said, I was watching a video collage today of Bill Cosby. And it, the premise of the video collage was, he said some things and people felt a certain type of way. This is, you just got little clips. Let's give you some better clips, and they were much better clips. I mean, he had an interview, and he was saying basically what you're saying. And he had an interview with Oprah that was probably like I don't watch Oprah that much, but the interviews I saw, it was hands down the best one. And he was keeping it real. He was like, yeah, I was airing out the dirty laundry. I sure was. Somebody got to do it. He was like, yeah, I want me to talk about nice stuff. Nice stuff is doing okay. I don't need to highlight that, Like, I put in a lot of work, and I'm still putting in work. And whether some people like it or not, it is what it is. It needs to be said.
Well, I'm one of them that has not jumped on that bandwagon to turn Bill Cosby into some kind of villain. You know what I'm saying? I'm old enough to remember when Bill Cosby was on TV with an afro, pro-black, bringing African history to the TV screen. You understand what I'm saying? And, my whole thing is I'm not big on following white, corporate white media for my news intake. So, a lot of people get mystified by that. And they forget, when people, the work people put in. And it's like you got to also consider that, outside of the man, You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on. So, but what they're not talking about is that basically all those charges have been dismissed because he's, his lawyer's been kicking butt in court, and nobody's talking about it.
Nobody is really talking about that, because that's not the story. The story is the brother rapes a bunch of white chicks and goes to prison. That's the story. If it alters from their line of thinking, they don't want to tell you that.
Oh yeah, like he's the only person in the Playboy Mansion. By the way, Hugh Hefner's broke in selling the Playboy Mansion. Which might have a lot to do with the fact that them court costs Bill Cosby was paying might be helping his ass out.
Yeah, there's a lot of people
saying,
Bill Cosby.
The rabbit hole is deep.
Right. I agree with you. 1,000%.
Bill Cosby on top, but they're attacking him, but Hugh Hefner over there broke, and got to sell his Playboy Mansion. Come on now. And what is his rise to fame? Taking a bunch of pictures of naked women. But Bill Cosby
somehow he's credible.
Is the monster though.
Right. But I don't want to get too far into it. But man, I agree with you 1,000%. It's just Bill Cosby, man. That's just such a touchy subject with a lot of folks. We kind of brought that up before, and it was don't ask me why, but I did enjoy the video, and I do think that it was done magnificently, and it definitely gave. I had never seen he was giving a speech to some people. I had never seen that one, and it was really, really like he was talking. He even told Oprah, it's different when you're talking to our people, and he was talking to his family right there, and he was spitting bars, So I was thoroughly impressed by what they put together.
I would love to see that and be able to share that as well. So,
you know what? If you send me a request, because I know we got a group, My Skin is My Skin group, and I know it's in there because actually shout out to Mike for posting that. I remember that. Yeah, Mike posted that. I think it was this morning. It's like a half an hour, but it was definitely. It seemed like it was like 5 minutes. But
okay.
Enough of Bill Cosby.
MySkin.com, right?
Yep. That's the website. That's the group on Facebook. The fan page, the whole nine.
Yep, okay.
And pretty much, and that's like the premise of the show. Is from goons to gods. We welcome everybody. We only have one rule, and that's be respectful. Personally, I'm one of those people. I don't really care who you pray to. I don't really care who you love. I care if you care about us.
No doubt.
And if we can start from that vantage point right there, I don't really care. Your language may be different than mine. People in California got a different little twang to how they say things. I don't really care. Your terminology may not be as eloquent as some people would prefer. I don't care. All I care about is that you care about us.
Can cuss poetically?
Huh?
Are you referring to the fact that us Detroiters can cuss and it sounds poetic when we do it?
I'm just saying, I'm more on let's focus on what we can agree on. I don't really care, how you say shit, what who you love or who you pray to. Are you helping us? Black folks, do you love us?
Exactly. Period.
And I think that right there, at least from what I've seen, and I'm not in New Era, but from what I've seen on the peripheral, I get that vibe from y'all. Let's go to work.
Well, accountability is big with New Era Detroit, and consistency is what keeps the machine going. And right now we're at the point where, we're trying to galvanize the community to become aware, to become involved, and to lend a hand.
I like that. And you know what? I got a caller at 8693. I'm gonna keep you on if you don't mind. I'm enjoying the conversation. Before I take the caller, did I read somewhere where y'all protested the church?
Yes, Triumph Church.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Yeah, I would say, you know, I would like to choose our words correctly. I don't want to say we protested. I would like to say we just went onto the church grounds and demanded accountability.
I stand corrected.
It was not a protest. We were demanding accountability.
I digress. When y'all demanded accountability, I like that. You know, I'm gonna work on that.
Okay. We got to be real, especially nowadays. We got to really concentrate and focus on the verbiage that we use with each other, as well as on an extended platform. Okay, because you know we got to use the words to change the game. You know, I do not believe in the term white supremacy. What they're doing is nothing supreme about that. Okay, the dominant race, and if you're a part of that dominant race and you're sympathetic to what the dominant race in this country is doing, then that is your responsibility more so than mine, because my focus is black first, my race first right now. Okay? Racism and all the extra shit that comes with it, that is the responsibility of white America. Okay, that is their mental disease that they need to focus on. Our focus needs to be on us right now.
Okay, I feel that. Right. Well, let me take this caller right quick. We're gonna get into 8693, and then I think we got 4195 after that.
That.
What's good, fam?
Peace, sir. What's the good word, man? You all right?
Oh yeah, man. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good as well, man. This is King Ryan, New Era, Detroit.
Oh,
what up,
to you, man?
What's up, Queen? How you doing? Peace.
Peace.
Well, apparently y'all already know each other. I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
Who am I speaking with?
This is Jobs.
Carol.
Oh, I know this. I know Carol. I know your voice, Carol. Peace, Queen. Peace, King. Yeah, I just wanted to join in on the conversation. I was listening. I see Keith had hit me on the book and said, join the conversation if I was available. So I was available at the moment, so I decided to join in,
I appreciate that, man. Definitely. And you say you was listening, so we chopped it up about Bill Cosby. We were just talking about the demanding of accountability at the church.
Oh yeah, comment on that. Yeah, we actually got it too. You know what I'm saying? They actually they've been helping us out a lot. You know what I'm saying? That church, they've been helping us out a lot. You know what I'm saying? Lately, they've been pitching in. Helping us out in certain areas. And, that's what we did it for, you know what I'm saying, just for that reason, you know what I'm saying. So it's good that we got a positive response back from them,
Yeah, that is.
So that was definitely powerful. That stood out as, you know what I'm saying, what we was doing, it stood out, you know what I'm saying. It was successful, you know what I'm saying. It wasn't for nothing,
Right, and that's a hell of a statement right there, too.
Yeah, indeed. We definitely had an understanding with them. We sat down with them and got a better understanding with them, you know what I'm saying, and they understand what we stood for. And up until now, we still have understanding with that church, so don't be surprised in the future, in the near future, we might have to add another one.
Hey, I'm not mad at that either, bro. I'm not. You know, I mean, even with the demanding of the accountability, the visual of that and what that is saying, not just to that particular church, but to churches across the board, you know, is if you're not doing something for the community, then we take issue with that. I'm all for that.
Indeed.
I don't care that you go to church. I really don't. Enjoy yourself. Be a better person. Help your community.
That's number one, though, you know, helping out the community, especially when you're bringing in, you know, tremendous amount of funds on a weekly basis, you know, on a monthly basis. And you just giving back pennies to the community, or in some cases, people not giving back anything. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, they can be the church that we you know that we deal with. They can be you know, like a better role model to the church environment, and
exactly.
You know, show them exactly what it is that they need to be doing in the community. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got multi-million-dollar churches. In a platform or an environment where, you know what I'm saying, that the community is just destroyed, or is, you know, it's tore down, you know, that definitely means something, especially, and it's just so obvious to see, you know what I'm saying, especially when the church is just, you know, so successful, and like I said, the environment around it is tore down, so it's not hard to just see that, you know.
Right, it's like they just stood there and watched it.
Yeah, just, you know, and then when they do decide to give back, they give back pennies. I feel like when it comes to church, you know what I'm saying, especially the black church, you know what I'm saying, I feel like they should be participating more than they do, you know.
Yeah,
it seems like they
100% on that one.
It seems like they comfortable with their congregation, you know what I'm saying? They comfortable. They know they got a set price on, you know, what they got coming in, so they get comfortable, you know what I'm saying? And they don't reach out to the community. They don't go to the community. If you're trying to save lives, if that's your, you know what I'm saying, if that's what they're supposed to be doing, saving lives and bringing life to Christ and, you know, things of that sort, you would think they would go into the streets and, you know, get people and bring them to the church, you know. So that kind of I was kind of like skeptical about that. I used to find myself being a Christian probably about a year ago, you know what I'm saying. And today, I don't consider myself as anything but a spiritual being, you know what I'm saying. And that is it. I don't have a set religion. But I guess, like you say, you can't just go against them like that. Like you said, if they for the black community, you know what I'm saying, if they want to stand up for the black people, then, you know what I'm saying, then I don't want to judge that, you know what I'm saying, on their beliefs. I don't want to judge their beliefs. So like you said, I would what you say, Queen? Peace.
Yeah, I wanted to piggyback on that, Ron, because we got to also understand we find ourselves in this place where we are, especially on social media, where we are alienating ourselves from everybody and everything. And my thing is, the church, especially the black church, has the biggest mass of skilled labor. You know what I'm saying? Lawyers, doctors, teachers, plumbers, carpenters. We have everything under the roof of a black church to turn, like Ron said, an environment with blight into a black Mecca. You see what I'm saying?
That's the truth. That's straight truth.
It has to go beyond the pews. So it's like, my thing is like, if we got all of that collectiveness, and that's just in one mega church. You know, imagine all of that across the country. If that happened and we just, you know, put our back into it, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, come on now. It's like, I don't want to, you know, discredit them and push the church away, because they could be our biggest allies as far as the movement goes. Okay?
I feel that.
Because, like you said, they're paying their tithes. They're making these mega churches successful. So let's just transfer that, attention elsewhere. Y'all all right, and y'all going to be all right. Okay? Let's see what it feels like to truly serve a community and change the face of the community. And even if it's just changing the face of the community, don't know, like when we was first talking, don't nobody want to walk down the street and see, lots with tall grass and nobody caring and that. I mean, come on, there's too many of us walking around here for Detroit to be looking the way it is, period. And that includes the church folk, too. Because y'all driving by that shit just like we is.
Facts. And day after day, you see that it does have an effect.
Yeah, it actually has a effect to the point where certain people don't even want to be involved with the church. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a big gap there. You know what I'm saying? It's a big gap.
I would definitely agree with that. There's some good ones out there. There's some extremely selfish ones out there. So I will say that.
And it's not hard to see.
On a positive note, the black church was one of Marcus Garvey's biggest allies. We got to remember that, okay? And this was he galvanized a community of people without social media, phones, and all that extra stuff that we working with. And the biggest allies he had was the Christian community. So, we can't sit up here and get stuck in this mode like, forget them because they don't want to deal with us. No, we need to extend that olive branch and bring them back into the movement where they have always been.
Indeed.
We just forgotten about that.
I definitely agree with that. Hey, King, real quick, how long have you been in New Era?
I've been in New Era, Detroit, for about 3 to 4 months.
That's what's up, man. And what made you join? What was that moment that said, you know what, I'm on board?
I just actually was on social media. I'm actually a positive individual. So what they were doing it was right up my alley, you know what I'm saying? So I just happened to see a picture. It was just something as small as a picture on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I seen that right fist and I seen that red, black, and green, and it was just like, you know what I'm saying? I just had that I got the chills, like, whoa, like, wow, what is this? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like, and then I'm like, this in Detroit? Because I had actually just seen a video that had inspired me of the new Black Panther family, and they was out there in Texas, standing up for Sandra Bland, and they were actually armed. So it was like, they were armed, and it kind of, I ain't never seen that. I mean, I saw old clips, but coming into 2015, you see that on the video, you like, wow, that's powerful, you know what I'm saying? And then when I saw New Era Detroit, I was just like, wow, this going on right here in my city. You know what I'm saying? This going on right here. So when I, you know what I'm saying, they had a man-to-man going on 7 Mile, and I went out to the man-to-man, and, I instantly started being an asset to the organization and start participating. Even at that moment, I had cards. That was my first time out there. I had cards, giving out cards and everything, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely, I feel like this is definitely my purpose, I definitely feel like we are the chosen ones. Each individual in New Era Detroit, actually, they all have like similar beliefs that I do, you know what I'm saying? And things that I needed confirmation on, I got confirmation on, and I was actually believing the same thing. And I just found it there. It was there. You know what I'm saying? The energy is just amazing. Every time we together, we bring that synergy. You know what I'm saying? We bring a mass amount of energy together, and it's just so powerful. and nobody can stop it.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. And salute to you, man. I'm proud of you, bro.
Indeed, bro. Yeah, I would say,
I go hear that a million times tonight. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I'm actually a music artist as well. So I would say probably about 5-6 months ago. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even see myself, being a part of an organization like this. But I am a positive individual in the community. I do give back. Prior to joining New Era Detroit, I was giving back on a daily basis. Just as an individual, everywhere I went, I just like to spread that energy. I wasn't always a positive individual, but through experience, I have learned to just be very, very, very effective when it comes to just being positive and spreading positive energy. You know what I'm saying? Versus having an understanding of put what you get what you put into the universe. So that's where I'm at with it.
I feel that.
And the
what
beauty
I'm
of
is,
the air.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
I was going to read a question. Oh, go ahead. I'll shut up.
No, this is your show, brother. Go ahead. What's your question?
Oh, well, what I was going to do was somebody had a question in the event. I was going to ask that question, and then I was going to take another call right quick. And the question was, are there outreach programs geared towards engaging young elementary and high school children?
Yes, it is. Yeah, the Black to Reality program. Black to Reality? Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right.
We just started
any details
our
on
elementary.
how they would find out anything about that?
Oh, they can go to the neweradetroit.com website.
Okay.
And all the information will be available there. We just started the school tour. Our first stop was at Noble Elementary School. And we're due to go to another one next week. I don't have the name of it at hand right now. I have to go find that information, but yeah.
Okay. What I did was like I said, I had posted a fan page link in the event, so you can just check that out. There's a link already in there, and I see that you just posted a nice little response to. I hope I promise. I hope I'm not butchering your name, but I want to say Ajoa Asabi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm trying to read the last name and I'm stuck. It's kind of, it's like I'm usually pretty good with reading names, and it's bothering me that I can't get this one. Olafunmalayo. I hope I got that.
That's a dope
at least
name.
Somewhere in the ballpark. Yeah, I kind of like that. That is a dope name. I'm not gonna lie. Let me get the 4195 right quick. And y'all can stay on as long as y'all want, man. We go till 9 o'clock, so it's totally up to y'all. So hold on one second. What's good, man?
Nothing much. How you doing? Hi, New Era Detroit.
Right.
How are you?
Peace and love.
What's up?
This is Crystal. I attended your meeting last Thursday, and I like to say I'm very impressed with what you guys are doing, and I really want to be a part of it. I love the vibe. It's not you talking the talk. You guys are walking the walk and doing it, and I'm so proud of you guys. And anybody would be crazy not to follow you guys, And to piggyback on the church accountability, I totally agree with you on that. Churches need to be more involved. I said I would never join a church, and I joined one that actually is in the community that's doing things, But the problem is when we have forums on to know your rights and stuff like that, and we offer it to the community, they don't come out. But then they're saying the churches aren't doing anything, but some are. But I'm not gonna say all. Mm-hmm. Some are. They're not sitting there. They're trying to be active, and they bring people in to talk to the congregation about issues like the teachers and the stuff that's going on. So I just want to throw my hat off to y'all. I will be filling out my application And I'm just so happy you guys are just standing up, doing what you have to do, and it's real important for the community.
That's what's up.
Salute to you.
Peace, sister.
Yes.
Peace and love, Queen. We appreciate you as well, Queen.
Peace and love to you,
doubt.
too. Power to the people.
I echo that sentiment completely. I'll holler at you, Crystal.
All right.
And you know what? She did bring up some. If somebody, just go to the website if you're interested in joining, correct?
DoAirDetroit.org.
Well, the way to join, you have to, be in, come to one of our open meetings, fill out an application, because it's a little process too. You have to fill out an application, and with the application attached, there is a space where we like the applicants to express from the heart why want to be involved with the organization such as New Era Detroit.
Mhm.
So, you got to want it to be in it, because it's, I don't want to say we all have a job to do, and it's not about being assigned a job. It's about your niche, like what you bring to the table, and whatever that is going to make the organization is going to make it work to expand on that. So it's not about you come into here and I'm gonna tell you how to do this. No, what you bring into the table, and how can we expand on that to galvanize the community? Because, like we gotta say, the whole point of this is to get us back into relationships, like being able to talk with each other, with civility, because we've lost that. And at one of the first open meetings I attended, and what I said when they gave me the mic and I had to introduce myself, I was, still new to Detroit, coming back to my hometown, and I was like, I went out to Ferndale and saw how pretty, with the bells and whistles, and how pretty Ferndale is, and how we all up in there shopping and spending our money over there, and I'm driving down 7 Mile looking, like damn Beirut Warren hit it. Looked like Beirut. And I'm like, I want to be able to go down 7 Mile and raise my fist up and say, what up, doe, to the people passing to me with pride. Like, we need, why 7 Mile ain't looking like a Ferndale? But we got to, we're being forced to take our money over there and spend it over there, and I refuse to do that. And we need to bring that accountability back to the city of Detroit, where we can have a sector that we can thrive in. You see what I'm saying? And have all those bells and whistles. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause come on,
I agree with you. Which is
so,
crazy because
that's what I had to say when I stood up.
I disagree quite often with people. So the fact that I don't have much to say and I'm in total agreement is really nothing short of a miracle.
Oh, I'm going to take that as a compliment, brother.
It fully is. I can disagree with a ham sandwich. It is not hard for me, but man, I'm definitely just everything about the whole movement. It's just dope. Do y'all have chapters, in other places outside of Detroit?
Ron, you want to address that?
Ron, you still with us?
You still there?
I still got him on. He may have clicked over or something. We can come back
Peace,
to that.
can you hear me?
Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh, yeah.
Peace, can you hear me?
No doubt.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Peace.
Yeah. We actually started a chapter in Chicago last month. Was that December, Queen? We was in Chicago. Yeah, we was in Chicago last month. We're gonna be going to Atlanta. In February next month. Towards the end of February. So we'll be starting a chapter out there as well. We look forward to making these chapters effective. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully finding the right people that's in the community. To step up and stand up for something. Understand what they're doing. So we can always just start. We can start a chapter. We can say we're starting a chapter, but so we gotta find the right people for it to be effective. You know what I'm saying? So they are aware in Chicago right now. We do have people, sharing our chants and things of that sort. They're building New Era Chicago as we speak. You know what I'm saying? So, and we will be.
The hip hop coming out of Chicago right now, man. Ooh, fierce.
Mm-hmm.
It's because of that movement out there.
Yeah. So.
I think 312 area code is Chicago. I think we might have somebody out of the Chi calling in too. Oh man, I just lost my train of thought. I was just getting ready to say something and it just totally slipped my mind. It'll come back to me. So you know what? I don't mean to cut you off, man, but let's get to 1338 right quick. What's good?
Hello.
Sam?
How are you?
Hello. How are you? All right.
Pretty good. Okay, I just had to pop on real quick because I heard that you all were starting a Chicago chapter, and I've been searching for individual groups and organizations that's active in the movement. I've met a few people at protests or whatever, but no one is really consistent. So, do you all have information to the New Era Chicago?
Not at the moment. I don't know exactly who is running that chapter. I don't even know if we have a set person. We spoke with some people when we were down there. And they were excited and motivated about it. I would have to reach out to someone else to figure out who exactly it is that's down there that's in charge of that chapter.
Okay.
What you could do is inbox me. I was gonna I'm sorry to cut you off, but what you can do is just inbox me. And King, when you get that information, if you want, you can inbox me and I can just pass that information along.
Okay. All right. We'll do.
Okay. And who am I going to inbox? Who are you?
I'm Joseph Boyd on Facebook. Or you know what? If you just go to my, just type in, just search My Skin Is My Sin.
Okay.
And I'll get it somehow. If you inbox any of those or post anything in My Skin Is My Sin, I'll see it.
Okay.
Lovely. But that's dope if you're interested in joining too. No doubt.
Oh yeah, I'm active. I've been out there at the protests. I was one of the people who helped shut down Michigan Avenue. We did the die-in at City Hall, and it's just me and myself, and no one's really active. So I go and pass out water and fruit to the protesters or whatever. But there's not much foot action going on, so I do as much as I can. And people are doing something. If I can contact them, I'll do it. So most definitely let me know.
And being in Chicago, is there anything that we're not hearing in the media that maybe we should know?
I don't know. I don't really know what's in the media. What's going on in the media? All I see is the repeat of killings or whatever. As far as the violence and the reason for the violence, I can only just talk in theory, speculate on it. But overall, it's no jobs, it's no money out here in our neighborhoods or whatever. And these kids, they just don't care. There's not many activities for the kids as far as, in my view, for them to do. And I have a 16-year-old son, so I'm at the school and I argue with the teachers, and the teachers, they're just shitty. And what they teach them in school, they teach them about crack cocaine in their science classes,
Oh my God.
They just bombard them with negative images all day long. I looked at my son's at his work, and okay, quick situation, and then you might understand. Okay, so I told my son, I just bombarded him with a whole bunch of information over the summer, right? So he goes into his sophomore year this year, and he was in his history class, and he decided to tell the history class that Jesus was black. Okay, And that kicked it off. And then he decided to tell the classroom that Abraham Lincoln's teeth were not made of wood, they were made of slave teeth. 2 weeks later, he was removed out of his history class, and now he has both PE and ROTC in his sophomore year with no history class at all.
Okay,
so,
did the school give you an explanation as to why they did that?
Lack of teachers. They had to split up the classrooms.
That was what you were told.
Yeah, they had to split up the classrooms, and multiple students were transferred or whatever. But I found that it was ironic that he had this open discussion, and then 2 weeks later he was removed from his history class. And from the work that I've seen that he brings home, it's constant reminders of the shootings and constant reminder of the drugs, and even though their vocabulary has something to do with violence at all times. So, and then when you go into these schools, my son's school, and I'm usually pissed when I have to go there, because you go through these metal detectors, and they have gray walls, and they have the corridors that's like cell blocks, and they don't have any pictures on the wall. It's just gray. It's like they're conditioning them to be in the prison system. On top of that, every 5 minutes you see a police car, 2 or 3 every 5 minutes. So this is a police state at this moment, and people don't even realize it. They don't even realize it.
You got to deal with that. Damn, that's fucked up.
It's just it's a reality. It happens so gradually. It happens so gradually that people that's in my age group, 30, 32, we didn't even realize that it was happening, and then the kids that's born into it, they think it's normal. You know? So, these slums, and then once they shut down, Rahm Emanuel shut down, I think, 6 or 7 schools 2 years ago. So now they have kids going in different gang territories, and they combine schools, My son even got into a fight, and my son doesn't fight, and they brought grown men, cousins, to the school because of something that had nothing to do except for, you went to that school, and now you go to this school. So all of that was happening. And then when they shut down all the projects at the same time, within 2-3 years, they shut down all the projects and just spread everybody out around the city. So once they shut down those projects, it was just constant battle for whatever territory these people think they fighting for. Everybody was misplaced. Everybody was everywhere. So they shut down the school
sorry
system.
to hear about that, Queen.
Yeah, that's systematic.
It's what it is.
Warfare, man.
It's pure. How many times have I had a gun to my head? I can't tell you. How many times I've had to dodge bullets? I can't tell you. How many times I've seen a dead body? I can't tell you. And I'm not a street person. I'm not in the streets like that. So the people that's in the streets, they see this, they breathe this, they live this every day, and they think that is normal. So the fact that shit ain't getting done in Chicago, this the Windy City, they just blow hot air, and it's all about politics. The slums, the ghettos, these people are getting killed every day, and no one's really doing anything about it. Everybody's scared. You're either scared of the block boys, you're scared of the police, you're scared of the politicians. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I want to make sure that I know the sister was trying to say something. I want to make sure that she can comment on what you said. And I'm not getting you off the phone or anything like that.
Oh no, I can go. That stop me anytime.
It's fucking horrible. That is just, let me put that out there before anybody says it. That's just absolutely fucking horrible. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sister, go ahead. What was you saying?
When she was, telling the story, it sounds like a play in a strategic war plan book.
It is.
I mean, that is exactly what I'm like, wow, that they are really doing that. And putting them people, putting each other in harm's way purposely. I mean, when you got the 41% of young brothers under the age of 24 unemployed, I mean, no one's doing anything, idle hands. Of course,
that's going to add to the stress of everything. But then with her story, it's just compounded, and you just like, wow. You can just see it unfold. Like, they are really, just like with the Flint thing, it's genocide, dude. That is genocide.
Systematic genocide.
Have y'all been up? Have y'all been to Flint?
Oh yeah, we've been back and forth. We was in Flint today as well. We've been in Flint about 3 days straight. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, today. Yeah, and last week we was there on Sunday as well.
And the whole squad
on the ground, man? What's going on?
Well, the whole squad is going down there on the 6th. Everybody from New Era, Detroit is gonna touch down in Flint on the 6th, and we're gonna do a man-to-man meet in the streets, as well as feed the people, greet the people, and be with the people, for the people, by the people. So that's happening on the 6th. Details to come soon.
Okay, no doubt. And what was it like being there, though, man? You know they're not gonna really show us the real story.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, I haven't been to Flint personally. Queen, have you been to Flint, Kara?
I haven't been yet. Nope, I haven't been yet. I'll be,
Yeah, we've been having like split up groups because we've been doing other work. You know what I'm saying? We had our Changes ride on Saturday. That's when we get on the buses and we politic with the people. We give them food. We gave away over 300 hot plates. We also made over 300 people aware of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We try to make people aware. We like to spread that positive energy with the people, politic with the people, show love, and just chill with our people. That's another thing that we do. So we had a group doing that on Saturday, as well as a group in Flint. Helping out in Flint. That church that we spoke about, they've been donating water to us. We've been having other people from all over donating water, cases of water. We deliver. We put the footwork in, and we get the water out. You know what I'm saying? Big truckloads of water. So that's what we've been doing. Like the Queen said, we the whole organization be going out on the 6th, and we're gonna do a man-to-man. That's when we kick it with the people. We go down to probably the most, I would say the hood. We would go into the hood and, talk to the people in the hood and make them aware of what's going on. Because a lot of people just say, they're not aware of what's going on. I mean, they can speak on it and stuff like that, but you have to state facts to some people in order for them to wake up. You know what I'm saying? You have to state facts to them and let them know, because a lot of people don't know exactly what's going on. They don't understand what genocide is. They don't know what that means. You know what I'm saying? So they probably can just think it's just a accident. Some people probably believe it's just an accident. They don't understand. So you have to explain it to them. You know what I'm saying? And wake them up. Once you wake them up, you get their attention. Then now you got them. You know what I'm saying? Now they with the revolution.
Well, yeah, New Era Detroit consists of about 30 members. And so yeah, we're pretty much, we have like Ron said, different parts of the group handles different areas of what we're handling. Like Friday we did the Black to Reality tour at Noble School, and then Saturday we had some foot soldiers in Flint delivering 19,000 bottles of water, and then on that same Saturday a group of us was handing out 300 hot plates on the Grand River buses. Then Sunday, Ned went back down there with foot soldiers and distributed another 15,000 bottles. Okay? And then Sunday, we had a huge turnout for a cash mob that we had at the Pasta Bowl, and that was very successful. Okay? And today, they went back down. Yesterday, they went back down and helped our brothers from Philly. What's Up African, by the way, Ron Green and Keith Horton, and they, we sent some more foot soldiers down there to help those brothers pass out 50,000 bottles of water. Okay, so that when we talk about that word consistency, keeping the machine going, that's how you gain momentum. So. That's
what's up,
I didn't want it to be out there like, because me and Ron weren't specifically haven't touched down in Flint yet, that we're not involved. Because, he was there with me Saturday on the Tangies ride while we had other groups doing something. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, the more members that we have, the more work we can get done. The more you can do.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. You know, you know what? I wanted to let y'all know too, man. You know, we don't have the biggest platform on the planet. However, it's y'all platform when y'all need it.
Oh yeah, indeed.
You know, so no doubt. So anybody in New Era, you know, if y'all need to call up and y'all need to say some things, or you know, so y'all can control the narrative.
Indeed. Hey, is the Queen still on the phone from Chicago?
She should be.
I'm still here.
Man. Right.
Okay. Yeah, I want to comment on that, man. Because we got some similarities going on in Detroit. Our schools ain't nothing either. You know what I'm saying? All our schools are closed right now. We don't have the money to fund. They said in about April, DPS is going to be completely broke. We're not going to have no money. The teachers are doing a sick out right now. They've been protesting. You know what I'm saying? Because of the conditions of the schools, you know what I'm saying, and what's going on in the classrooms, what's going on in the schools themselves, you know what I'm saying, they're not fit, you know what I'm saying, to even teach kids, you know what I'm saying, it's terrible. And I like to call that systematic genocide, you know what I'm saying, it's systematic, they understand what they're doing. Their system was never meant to succeed. So that's what we get in the backlash of their system. It was never meant to work. Even when you go to school, it has similarities to being in prison. You know, you wake up, you get that meal, you eat you know, you get that meal, you got to work in a straight line, things of that sort. You know what I'm saying? They are connected to private prisons and things of that sort. So that's definitely an issue. That's where we have to step in and you know, take it, stand up in our communities and focus on that as well. That's something we can't forget about, because even when what are they learning and what are we learning in class? I know when I was in school, I didn't learn much. You know what I'm saying? I know I've been asking kids as young as 11 years old, 10 years old. Did they know that they were kings? Did they know that you know, we were kings and queens? They tell me no every time. I get the same answer every time. No. They just told us we were slaves. That's it. They just told us we were slaves, and they teaching us about the patriots and things of that sort. And what they do, they teach you to go and work for somebody. You know what I'm saying? They don't teach you, hey, go be an entrepreneur. It's a lot of other things that they don't teach you, so it's still systematic brainwashing, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, some people can't stand that, you know what I'm saying? Some people they choose to drop out, and then when they do drop out, what do they have to fall back on? What type of resources in the community? We don't have any resources. All we got is the liquor stores on every block. And in Detroit, we got heli dispensaries now, you know what I'm saying? So we got dispensaries now, and we got liquor stores on every block. So they want to keep us asleep. They don't want us to wake up. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of, we got a lot of killers going on as well, but it's not like we don't have like super like gangs, you know what I'm saying, colors and things like that. It's just, you know, it's just hoods and cliques and, you know, streets and stuff like that. So it probably will be a little different in Chicago, but we actually are dealing with the same thing in Detroit.
Well, in all actuality, it's not really, from what I see, gangs. You know, they have a lot of these micro gangs and all that, but gang violence, as they say, no. These are just individuals that's killing each other for no damn reason. And when I say no damn reason, if you sell a loose cigarette to somebody and somebody else that was their customer, yeah, someone has gotten shot over that. Because these people ain't making no money, and we living in food deserts. And it's just really fucked up, you know, extremely fucked up.
Sure.
Extremely.
No way around that one right there.
Well, no, it is a way around that. It's a way around that where we need to go back to that word accountability. We need brothers in the street becoming mentors and bringing back a certain code. Like this code that we living by now is not working for us. Depending on that corner store with them Arabs selling that 3-day-old cheese, dude, why should we even accept that? You see what I'm saying?
Excuse me. Can I put you on?
From the equation. And I know it's easier said than done. I understand that. But you got to understand, I'm also coming from a place where I am amongst people who are putting in the work, and it's not as hard as we believe it to be. This propaganda got us believing this fight is bigger than what it is, because we have the signs hitting us from all directions. Our kids are getting hit with it in school, through their history, lessons in the classrooms, through the way they teach us treat. We got to change the narrative. I'm at the point now where, I don't want to hear about why is all this happening. Okay, it's time to change the narrative. Okay?
I
It's
agree.
gone too far. Because if we allow it to go any further than this, there is ain't no way coming back.
What's our future going to look like?
And I think there was
daughter.
And I just want to
same time loop.
Yeah, I agree with that too. But I wasn't necessarily saying there's no way around the situation, but I was like basically to her verbiage, like I was agreeing with the way she said it.
Mhm.
Sometimes you gotta just say it the way it is. Quit bullshit.
Yeah, being politically correct ain't working no more. Okay?
It is not.
They telling us that we can't discipline our kids. Like, come on now. Because we scared somebody
that's
going to call in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just like, it's unacceptable to, my thing is like this. For us even to say that, it's okay for them to even serve that kind of crap on the corner. You know what I'm saying? We need to bring accountability to that. And that means if there's brothers standing in front of them doors, not letting nobody come in there spending no money, because we refuse, we're going to shut you down before we allow you to thrive another day in this community, selling this crap to our children. And if brothers got to hold them doors down and let nobody come up in there, so be it, and suffer the consequences that come with it. Cause, and let the next row of brothers come and stand in their place. Until somebody,
that's what we believe in.
I mean,
that's the truth. It's definitely a way to fix this. It's definitely a way to. It's a never-ending process, though. I will say that. As I like to say, it don't stop. It really don't stop. This is a never-ending thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The greater goal would be to change the system. And how do you do that? You have to have the community first, you know what I'm saying? So that's where we're starting at, in the community. We don't go off of grassroots, you know what I'm saying? We get it out the mud. We go to the hood, you know what I'm saying? And we talk to the guys in the hood. It's possible because we do it, you know what I'm saying? We make brothers aware of what's going on. And we change their thinking, you know what I'm saying? We change, and you know what I'm saying, and they join us, you know what I'm saying, or they want to be a part, they want to help out, they want to be involved, you know what I'm saying, and it's not used to what it's not what they would normally do, you know what I'm saying, but it was just off of us, coming in contact with them and, spreading their energy and changing their thinking and making them aware of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of just making people aware. Everybody ain't gonna wake up though.
Let me ask you this: when you go to the hood, and I don't mean like just to chop it up with the brothers, what they saying about the movement?
They saying that, in their words, that's some real shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some real shit. Y'all some real niggas. That's what they saying. You know what I'm saying? That's their exact words. Y'all some real niggas. That's some real shit. Damn. You know what I'm saying? That shit dope. You know what I'm saying? When they see it, it's so powerful. You can't help but to want to be a part of it, you know what I'm saying? And then you got some brothers that's just going to, just sit off to the side and say, yeah, that's dope, and they ain't going to do shit, you know what I'm saying? They're just going to go back to their day-to-day lives, where you got some people that was already skeptical about the things that was going on, but they, you know what I'm saying, they was too scared to stand up or say something to their peers about it, or they felt like it wasn't cool when they you know, came across brothers like us, and we made them aware, or we said certain things to them, and they just needed confirmation. You know what I'm saying? Some people that just need confirmation on what's going on. Once they get that confirmation, they coming. You know what I'm saying? They ready. You know. So and then, you know,
let me play devil's advocate right quick. You know, because you're gonna always have people hating them. So let me play devil's advocate. So what do you say to those people out there that say, oh, well, you only do it, you know, you racist, you doing this only against white people, you know, this is just so y'all bullying people the whole nine. You know,
oh
how do
yeah,
y'all
we get that a lot.
Negative comments?
We get that a lot. How do we respond to it? By continuing to do what we do. We can have a brother, or I would like to say somebody that's unaware or that's not awakened. Say, hey, we had a brother. We was out at Fairlane Mall, and we had a brother stand up, and you know what I'm saying, he said, hey, do you guys protest black on black crimes? You know what I'm saying? But if that brother had looked at that card and you know, followed the movement and you know, went on to see that, then he would know that we do protest black on black crime. And like the Queen said, one of our key points is just accountability. When we say accountability, we hold each and everybody accountable. First and foremost, we hold ourselves accountable, and then we hold the people in the community accountable as well. Rapists, murderers, things of that sort. That's not cool. That don't fly with us, you know what I'm saying? So if you black, white, whatever, you know what I'm saying, we're against that. You know what I'm saying? We're against that. We going to hold you accountable. If we come across somebody that's doing something like that, then, you know what I'm saying, there's bad news for them, you know? So I mean, they can say that, but we're against all negativity, you know what I'm saying? We're a pro-black organization, but that does not make us anti-white, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we just right now, at the moment, we're just focused on our people. We're focused on our communities. You know what I'm saying? Controlling our communities, and you know, just like galvanizing our community, patronizing black businesses in our community, waking the people up in the community, bringing black unity within the black community. You know, so. That's what we're about. That's what we do.
I also heard that y'all, and I can't remember what you said the name of it was, but basically y'all like pick a day and a location of a black business, and everybody goes in there and supports them. Cash mob.
No, he's talking about the man-to-man meet. I think you're talking about the man-to-man meets.
You talking about the black bit? We patronize the black businesses.
Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah, that's called the cash mob.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Okay, and you know what? Yeah. Since we own that, if y'all got any businesses y'all want to shout out, please do so. And I definitely want to know which ones y'all have went to as far as the cash mob.
Burt's House.
I didn't hear you what you say.
Okay. The Burt's Warehouse was one of them. The last one that they just went to was, I'm going to get the correct name. I know it's possible, but I want to make sure I get the correct name. I think I mentioned that earlier.
Okay.
American Bistro on Livernois. What's another one, Ron? We've been to a lot.
We were just at the bridge, the bowling.
There you go.
Man, we done been to so many.
What do they say when you come in? Do they know in advance?
What's that? Oh yeah, they know in advance. We give them a call. We talk to them. You know, get a price. You know, a nice little price, because we're gonna. It's a mob of people, so you know we're gonna get a nice price, and we get that price, and we go through and we patronize. And we also we just recently had other black establishments come to the cash mob and patronize another black business, you know. So we're bridging that gap as well, you know. So where other black establishments come and patronize another black establishment, and they get to meet the people for the first time if they don't already know them. and it's actually a platform in the city of Detroit where it's a list or like a, if I'm not mistaken, like a community or a union black organization. I mean black businesses in the city of Detroit. So.
Well, I have those names. I have those names, brother, that I would like to give a shout out. Yeah, we've been to Renaissance Bowling, Bert's Warehouse, 90s Knowledge Cafe on Woodward, Rollercade, Pasta Bowl, The Bridge, and Go Smoothies. And we're doing a cash. Yeah, a lot of them are new businesses that just opened up. So we do a cash mob. We do our cash mobs every Sunday. So if you go to our social platforms on Instagram or Facebook, New Era Detroit, we will always post the location of the upcoming cash mob that we're going to do. And, so that's how you keep in tune with that.
That's awesome, too. And you know what? We only got about 15 more minutes left. Let me take another call right quick, if y'all don't mind.
Bet.
We're going to get to 9697. What's good, fam?
Yo, what's up, good peeps?
What's up with you, man? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. It's Sam, man. First, I guess I want to say I appreciate what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? And the way y'all coming across over the phone is like it's a little different than I've been used to when I hear like a black movement. Because the one thing that the brother just said, which to me is important, is that you can be pro-black without being anti-white, right? So you know, in this country you're gonna have to live with white people. You have to. Unless you're going to just say, forget it, and go to Africa and live your life there in Nigeria or somewhere like that, you're going to have to deal with white people. So you have to deal with them. So you can't be anti. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, what y'all doing as far as bigging up black people, I respect wholeheartedly. My question, though, is at what point, as a parent, or as the guardian of your family, as the protector, do you say it's time for me to get the fuck out of here? Excuse my language. I'm sorry. Like say you in the inner city of Chicago with your family. At what point do you say, you know what, I gotta go because I got to do something better for my people? I mean, immediate. Not totality. I mean immediate family. What do you do at that point?
Peace. And once again, my name is Ken Ryan. What I would say is I never. So I have a family. I'm 23 years old. I have a wife and 2 twin daughters. And I'm never gonna leave the city of Detroit. On that note, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just gotta go because it's just so bad. Nah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the best I can, and be a foot soldier and help out in the community and be a change, and try to be a positive role model, and not even try, but be a positive role model, and show my friends and my peers and my immediate family that it can be a change. You know what I'm saying? We can change. We can change the things that's going on. I don't want to run away, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to leave. And then, you know what I'm saying, stuff going down in the city, you know what I'm saying, then I would feel like a coward if I did that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a forever fight for the people, all power to the people. You know what I'm saying? I'm never going to leave Detroit. I'm going to die doing this. You know what I'm saying? Once they before they put me 6 feet, yeah, you can tell the mortician to break my hand and ball it up into a fist, because this is my purpose, and I'm going to die doing this. So that would be never. I would never say that. I can never say that. I couldn't even live with myself because I'm doing it for my family. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it for my kids. I don't want them to grow up in the same environment. They understand what's going on. They're only 4, but they understand every time when Daddy got to go, he on his way to a demonstration. Where you going, Daddy? You going to go with your people? You going with your people? Yeah, they your people too.
Yeah.
I say they your people too. You going to fight for the people? Yeah, they your people too. And speaking on that, they were actually out there on Saturday giving out food as well. You know what I'm saying? And
dig that.
So it's definitely that's definitely a powerful platform and foundation that you want to establish with your family. You know what I'm saying? And you want to make them aware. You want them to be foot soldiers as well and understand that what we're doing is what we're doing is nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong in what we're doing. You know, I feel like I can never let go. I can never give up.
Yeah. Okay. So I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, you said you want better for your family, right? So I think
Yes,
that's what happens. That's what happens with people. Is that they do want better for their families. And so when you have the opportunity to make a better life for your family than living in, Flint, for instance, but, anywhere in Detroit or Chicago where you in a bad situation or Southeast D.C., because I'm down here in this area, in the D.C. area. Anytime you can make it better for your family, you can still fight the good fight. But you still at the same time making it better for your family. So that's where the crux comes in. That's where the that's where the dynamic changes a little bit, because you know what you went through, and you know that you don't want your children to go through the same thing that you went through. So you want to put them in a different situation than you were in. But if you say, because I'm in a movement, I'm going to leave them in the same situation, I think that's counterproductive.
I don't know. You know what?
I mean?
I'm gonna interject on that one real quick. I do think that I see what you're saying. I really do. I think some of it has to do with where you're at in life. He's 23.
Yeah. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. I got you. 100.
Yeah. Somebody that's 50 may have a different vantage point on that.
However,
I totally respect. I'm just saying, I'm not calling saying how old you are, but I'm just saying life brings a different perspective on it. But I also see the fact that when you do leave and take your family, when do you stop running? What if that neighborhood becomes bad? Do you move again?
Right.
And what tone is that setting for your lineage? What perspective are you giving them that when it gets tough, you leave?
Well, I would say from my perspective,
I get both sides. To be quite honest.
Yeah, from my perspective, I would say that you're constantly improving in life. You know what I'm saying? You're constantly moving you're elevating your living standard in life.
Okay, but
Period.
Elevating to what? Elevating to what? Because, see, my thing, and I don't mean to interject, but I know we've got a couple of minutes. I want to put this on your brain for just a second, brother. You're saying you want to elevate. Elevate to what? Okay, you want to leave the hood instead of turning it into a black Mecca where your children can thrive and do well and work amongst a community that we have set a tone and a code for? Or are we striving to be in white America, empowering white America, going to those white American jobs? You see what I'm saying? Keeping white America in the position that they are in, because we are giving them all of our skilled labor, all of our brain power, all of our energy, and leaving those behind who are not in a position to do so. So we need to change that narrative and reverse our attention on what's really important, striving in white America or turning these hoods into black Meccas.
Excellent points, all of them. I would say once we turn it around, once we turn that corner and say, okay, now we're moving in a positive direction, then things would be different. I mean, the brother just said, I don't want my kids to grow up like I did. I don't want my kids to go through what I did. What I'm saying is I don't either. You know what I'm saying? But the situation is the exact same. So your kids are growing up exactly how you said they did. You didn't want them to grow up. Now, if it changes, if we do make a difference at some point, I'll move straight back into the same hood I left. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I will still support my hood regardless if I left or not. You know what I mean? But if you are saying that you want your kids to grow up better than you, sometimes you got to leave. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes you got to leave, and then you can come back. But you have to leave.
I think there's a possibility of both being functional and useful to us all. There are going to be some people that are going to say, you know what, I'm out of here, but I got bread. I'm going to go move to Hollywood or wherever the hell, but I'm going to give you $10 million. We could use that.
I don't think that's the important thing. I think the important thing is
no.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying though is that everyone can add something. You know, some people gonna look at somebody leaving the hood in a negative light. It is what it is. And some people will say, okay, well, you left. What are you doing now that you quote unquote made it by, you know, predetermined standards for America? You know, there are those people that leave and do absolutely nothing and don't look back. And then there are those people that leave and say, you know what, I left so I could get enough money to come back and do something significant for the hood. So I think it does make a difference as to how you behave once you've left. I have left Detroit and went to Cleveland. It wasn't because, you know, my neighborhood was bad. It was because my decisions were bad. You know, and I had kids, and I wanted to be around for my kids and change my thought process, which I did.
Bet that.
You know, I don't love the D any less, but, you know, sometimes I do regret that I left because now I see where it's at.
And that's what I feel, brother. I've been away for over 2 decades. You know what I'm saying? And then to come back into it is a culture shock. And then, so at this point, when we see a city that is so beloved as we love Detroit, you know, we have to at some point come to terms with changing the narrative, okay? I come from a generation where, I was never really in the hood, per se, so I didn't really have a hood to leave. I just expanded on my horizons and broadened my perception of the world. It was bigger than the city block that I grew up on. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so now that I've come back to Detroit with different eyes, with wisdom, and with a different set of priorities, it is only, natural to just, lead by example and just hope others will see the results that comes from that when you're involved with a group of people and we're all on the same page and you're seeing progress. So what the brother is saying, I understand what he's saying. I don't want to see that I'm attacking him, but I'm letting him know that the fight is not as hard as we believe it is to be. If we just put in the work, you would see how
I got y'all.
It can get
I got y'all, but I'm talking.
Hey fam, I hate to cut you off, man. But I got to get Keith on the line, man, because he was so instrumental in getting my other callers on, and he's the one that reached out to me after I asked, So I salute you for calling up, man. Definitely appreciate it. And I don't want you to walk away like we was knocking you or anything like that, bro.
It's all good. It was all good.
Yeah, just a great question, though.
Oh yeah,
yeah, definitely a great question, man. Great discourse too. So salute to you, man. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 9 Eastern Standard Time. Call up and listen, man. No, appreciate it.
All right, later.
All right, let me get Keith in here right quick. What's good, man?
Family. Peace, Keith. I've been listening to the whole show, man. I was listening on my tablet, but I definitely appreciate all the words of wisdom that everybody shared all, about all the programs and all of that kind of stuff, because every program is, well thought out and instrumental to our community. It's not like anything is haphazard, but everything is well thought about. It's met about. It's not just like somebody just came up with an idea and we just implement it. Like it's, what I'm saying, it's purposeful, and that's really what it's about, man. It's about this work. It's about getting out here in the community and not just talking about it, but actually doing something.
No doubt.
Being visionary.
And that's a beautiful thing, man. And not just like coming up with the idea, but actually following through, man. And the application is so important. And I don't know if you heard earlier, but I want to let you know too, Keith. That our show, man, is at y'all disposal, man. Y'all need to call up and get some things off your chest. No problem. Y'all want to do a show? Hit me up. Let me know what day, and we got you.
Yeah, most definitely, and that's really what it's about too, man. It's about owning our own media, because if we depend on mainstream media, they're gonna create whatever story they want to create, such as the story that Dearborn created about us being terrorists and and we threatening the citizens and all of this kind of stuff. But every time we go anywhere, we at least have one camera person taking videos and pictures to let the people know exactly what we're doing, because that provides documentation to show that. Like, just for example, the video of Angie's ride, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but, the police pulled the bus over as we was passing out food to the people. But if we would have just told somebody that, they wouldn't necessarily believe us, or they would have thought we was over-exaggerating. But because we got those cameras and we got our social media networks and we have YouTube, we can tell our own story. Now, we got that documented evidence to show that, it wasn't an over-exaggeration, and to show the type of police state that we're moving towards. When feeding people becomes dangerous, like, what danger is that presenting to anybody? Like, people who may have not had a meal all day or even all week, we provide meals to people, and you want to pull people over and, women and children and elderly people, search them and, just basically creating a criminal and creating a problem when there is none. So that's why it's important for us to document everything that we do, so that way we have that evidence. So, yeah.
I hate to break you up, man, but I'm not sure what that noise is in the background.
Yeah, that's not me. That's not me. I'm not sure who
that's not you? Okay.
No.
I just want to make... All right,
sound like somebody was washing dishes or something.
Yeah, it do. Which I'm not mad at, I can use a little help with that myself.
If y'all trying to say it's me, it's not me. I'm sitting here listening to Keith, so.
It was me.
Oh no, I wasn't blaming nobody. Everybody got dishes now.
I ain't know it was that loud.
Oh, I'm like, I didn't know what it was, man. But my bad, man. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I had to find out what was going on with that. All right, so
no, but Keith is right though. Keith is right. No, Keith is right though with us creating our media platforms. Shout out to Keith. Like, I was just on Keith's Facebook page, Keith Horton's Facebook page. It's almost like visiting, and I don't want to like call it CNN, no, but it's like his timeline is like Black news. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we need to get off of that television, Fox News, CNN. We need to get away from that and focus more on the ground news with people who are willing to be down there in the street, showing what it is, showing it for what it is. Check out Black Agenda. They have a Facebook page if you don't want to like tap into their website or whatever. But we need to get away from that white narrative, which I call white background noise, when people got all their TVs in every room. I have a 14-year-old, and I don't have a TV in my house. But, we still have computers, and we still have, tablets and everything. We can still have access to to entertainment, but we don't necessarily have to have Fox News blaring in the background all day, every day with, bullshit on loop. That affects our psyche. That keeps us in a trance. that propaganda keeps us in a trance, believing that, wow, this is, what am I going to do? It keeps us in a frenzy. If you disattach yourself from that and actually put yourself in the space of where people are being innovative and being visionaries and actually putting, action behind their word, you will then see the lies unfold and like, wow, the white man is really making himself to be this big bad wolf that, when we really, put our heads together, you know what I'm saying, we can get rid of that wolf. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And if every program on TV is some type of program, it's telling some type of narrative, and once you realize what it is, like, it makes you not want to watch TV anyway because you see right through it. It's just like the movie They Live. It's just like when you put on them glasses and you see like exactly what they're doing. They're telling you to consume. They're telling you that you're not good enough. They're telling you that you need their product. They're telling you it's a big bad boogeyman that's out here trying to kill you. Because the last time I went to New York, we got stuck in the airport for 24 hours straight, and every TV had CNN on there. And I'm telling you, it was crazy. It was just like being in the Matrix. ISIS. I'm telling you, it was just, so they inundate you with this fear of this boogeyman that they've created. And it's like, it's crazy.
Exactly.
Like, so I could understand why people would be fearful, because if you're just watching the news all day, it's only bad news. Like, how many news networks came out there to report all of the positivity that was going on in Flint? Like, MSNBC was the only one that came out there besides our own people. But if we was out there killing each other, they would be on every corner, because all they want to do is promote negativity, and they don't want to promote positivity. So that's another reason why it's up to us to tell our own story, because they won't.
Yes, indeed. That's
and you
true.
know what, man? That's why I started the show, man. It basically, I did a lot of wrong, fucked up a lot, and I tell the story all the time. And this is my way of saying, you know what, I don't want to leave the earth having done more harm than good.
And that's
I always been pretty good at running my mouth, so I figure I might as well do it for something positive.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's one thing that I think that we as a people are missing. We spend so much time focusing on our differences that we don't focus on the assets. Like you were saying earlier, I think it was a sister. As far as what can you bring to the table? Not what can't you do, what can you do? Are you a carpenter? Oh, that's dope. We can use that. We need somebody to build some stuff. You're an electrician. Oh, that's great, man. Do you know how much you can save with an in-house electrician and somebody that's going to do quality work, because they got to use those lights too? It goes on down the line. I'm not disrespecting the cook. I love to eat. There is no movement that will survive without a good meal.
Yeah, but that's another good point. Like, we need to start investing in ourselves and learning skills, because most people who work a job aren't learning skills. Like, basically, we just sit at computers all day. So if something, catastrophic was to happen where we don't have these utilities to depend on, the water company like Flint, if we had water storage and we knew how to store and filter water, a lot more people would be okay and better off than they are. But because we don't have any skills and we depend on others to provide for our food, our water, our energy, and our security, when one of those things are removed from the picture, all of a sudden it creates an emergency. So we need to use that Flint situation as a wake-up call to say, hey, we should start learning how to do some of these things so that when that situation happens to us, we would be prepared.
Well, Hurricane Katrina was my wake-up call. I mean, I wasn't out there to deal with it, but when I don't know if you saw the Spike Lee's documentary, The Broken Lip Eyes.
Yep.
Every black household needs to watch that documentary, and that for me was my critical moment when I knew that America didn't give a fuck. Okay, how they handled that Hurricane Katrina, and then now we're right back with Flint, and I'm just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So maybe Flint might be the catalyst that will kind of like, you know what I'm saying, wake up an extra few heads like, you know, something ain't right with this picture. Because like when the sister came on and explained how they doing that systematic genocide in Chicago, that's the same shit they doing in Flint, which is just an extension from what they did, what they're doing in Detroit with gentrification and everything.
Yep. And you know what, before we go any further, I want to let y'all know, man, the show technically has ended. So nobody can, no additional people can call in, but whoever is already tuned in can listen. That would be my first thing. And if you are tuned in, I forgot, I usually do it at the end of the show, my bad, but you tuned in to My Skin Is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. From goons to guys, we welcome everybody. We only have one requirement, and that's to be respectful. Don't forget to check out the website, myskinismysin.com. We got some hoodies on there, some music on there, and all the archives for the show. Check out the groups, myskinismysin.com, and All Black Everything. And if you don't know, you've been under a rock somewhere. We've been just chopping it up with New Era Detroit for the last couple of hours. I want to say salute to them, to everything that they do. And you already know, if you need anything, hit me up. And also, I just want to piggyback off of what she said as far as Flint. What I've noticed about Flint is people from Philly, people from New York, people from Detroit, people from Chicago, people from California, people from here, from there, from everywhere, chipping in. If it ain't $1, it's $5, it's $10, it's a case of water. People chipping in, and this should be ground zero. I agree wholeheartedly. Look what we are doing collectively to help out our people.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't even realize the significance of what's transpiring. Not from what the outside entities. Stop focusing on, well, they not reporting this. They never reported us correctly. Stop acting like that's a surprise. You know what? Report ourselves. And people is showing up and showing out, and I'm proud of us right now. You know, I hate that people had to suffer in Flint, and I hope this gets resolved quickly. Don't get me wrong. But the response has been amazing. And I'm sorry, I'll get off my soapbox now.
Hey, peace, family. Is anybody aware that it's the similar some similarities that's going on in Flint is going on in the city in Ohio? Did anybody hear about that?
I did not. You know a city?
I think it was like a small city in Toledo, but that's going on right now too. You can Google that. That's like a fact.
Oh, you know
like
what? And now that you bring it up, in Toledo, that happened also a couple of years ago in Toledo. You know, the same thing. They were on because my old man stayed there, and they was on a water alert or whatever. They had to boil their water, but they told the people in Flint the exact same thing, and come to find out they were lying.
Yeah, it's deep, man. And I actually was I was down at the Coleman A. Young building today. My daughters attend the Focus Hope Center for Children, and they had a construction company trying to come and set up shop, like within the vicinity of the about 2 or 3 schools, also a park. It was like a lot of traffic going on, like where kids and stuff be at, and a lot of businesses and stuff. And they wanted to set up like a construction site where they recycle and crush concrete. And we went down there to oppose that, and actually came back in our favor because, you know, it's with them having like a construction site crushing concrete, that would cause a lot of health issues. And in that vicinity, I forgot the exact zip code, but the area is already polluted. A lot of residents and stuff already have health issues. Like the statistics of the health issues that's going on over there is already high. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, pretty much a lot of people already have asthma and things of that sort. in that area, so that would have just contributed to that. You know what I'm saying? So we were down there at the Comey Young building, and we actually won, came out with a victory. And they denied it. But they only denied it because the community stepped up. You know what I'm saying? That's very important, that us stepping up and coming together. They didn't even expect as many people to come out and to stand with them. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people did show up, and as a result, it was a victory.
That's
what's up,
good
man.
news. Thanks for sharing that. That's dope.
Yeah,
it is, man.
When they first came into the community, they didn't reach out to the community or anything. They just tried to do it like up under our noses. And that's a good community. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Oakland Boulevard, Linwood area over there.
Yeah.
But they have like a good, they have a platform. That's where the Focus Hope is. They have the Focus Hope, a bunch of different resources over there. It's very powerful over there. You know what I'm saying? So they have a lot going on. And, you know what I'm saying, a lot of resources. It's a resource. I call it a resource tank, because as soon as you go over there, it's just a lot of resources for whatever. They got financial literacy classes and so on, GD classes. They got the program where you for the nursing program. They got a lot of stuff going on over there, and they also have a garden in the summertime. They got a playground over there where kids play softball, and they have a little league over there. You know what I'm saying? So if they would allow them to, but they got one more appeal, but they already appealed it, so they might not give them another one. So, but if they would have allowed that, then that would have just defeated the purpose of all the hard work that the community has put in to make the environment a good environment for the residents and the children that's coming up, the future of the community. You know what I'm saying? So if they would have allowed that, then that would have just been defeating the purpose and going against the community. But if the community didn't speak up and use its voice, then it probably would have been a different result.
And
that's going on in a lot of communities. If we don't step up, if we don't come together, you know what I'm saying, and use our voices, then that's going to continue to happen. I'm pretty sure you guys are aware of what's going on in the Southwest with the marathon and things like that, the environmental issues. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a Flint, but it's kind of similar. So, it's not a water issue, but it's still a pollutant. It's still pollutant, and that causes health issues. That causes people to act out. You know what I'm saying? And have issues. We got to look at that stuff too. The environment in which we live in. And they don't care. They come to Detroit and they just use us like a toilet. You know what I'm saying? And they just, do whatever. Like, hey, we're gonna go over here and pollute this area.
But you know what, though, and I do have to wrap it up. I want to say thank you, first and foremost, for y'all, calling up, man, and spreading the wisdom, and more importantly, at least to me, spreading the inspiration. Personally, salute to y'all, and definitely appreciate it. And like I say, man, if you hit me up, man, I give you my number, man. If you need anything personally, no problem, man. Just hit me up. And I think the sister's phone her call just dropped. And when that happens, after the time, she can't call back up. Is there anything that y'all wanted to leave the people with before we wrap it up?
Me personally, I would just like to say, just continue to keep the hope, but not just only keep the hope, but stand up. Stand up. We can do whatever. As long as we come together, we can do whatever. Spread that positive energy. Wake up, be a productive person. Wake up and be a productive person. Give back. Patronize and galvanize your community. Peace and love.
No doubt. Keith, you still with us, man?
Yeah, I'm still here. My battery on 1%. I'm trying to find a charger right now. But
don't worry about it. We about to wrap it up now anyway, man.
I do want to thank everybody who called in, who participated, who supports New Era and everything that we do. All the donations, that's how we were able to supply the water to the people. So everybody just basically keep supporting us, and we'll keep helping the people. Because, that's what it's about. I mean, at the end of the day, we all we got, so all power to the people. And appreciate you having everybody on.
No doubt, man. And definitely, man, thanks a lot, Keith, man. Like I said, you got my number, man. Just hit me up if you need anything.
All right, cool. Yeah, the same go for you. If you ever need anything, I'm here for you.
No doubt, man. And salute to y'all, man. Y'all have a good one, and I would definitely be keeping in contact. And don't forget, because I'm not sure what your names are on Facebook. I'm already friends with Keith, but hit me up, Joseph Boyd on Facebook, or myskinismysin.com.
All right,
I'll share it with everybody too, so they can add you.
Oh, no doubt, man. Appreciate that. No doubt, and definitely, man. Especially I definitely want to hear what it looks like in Flint. After somebody goes up there, man. When y'all come back, man, please call up. Let us know.
I already been up there 6 times. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, have you? I did not know that, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I went there.
What's it like, man? What's it like?
So I went there Saturday, Sunday, and man, it's desolate. To be honest, I mean, it's bad. Like everywhere you look, it's just so many abandoned places. Like for real, I mean, it's bad. Like it's 40% poverty rate. So it's a lot of desolation. A lot of it looks like a lot of hopelessness around there. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, to me, that's like the biggest statement that we made in Flint was that you see black people who look like you helping you. So especially if you're a child, you think back and say, damn, when we was in trouble or when we was in need, black people came to my rescue. People carrying RBG flags and people wearing RBG scarves and people wearing RBG hats. They came to the rescue when nobody else could. And to me, that's like a big statement because when they think back, they think about that like, black people came to help me, so now I got to help black people when it's my time. And I got a video that I've been trying to post that I took when I was in Flint, but we talked to the kids, and we gave one of the kids the bullhorn, and he was shouting Black Power, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we just gave him, basically, we made it acceptable or good to be black. Because,
right,
normally when you're miseducated and all of that, like, you just think of black people, you think of slaves, and you think of Africa as, like, a jungle and all of that kind of stuff. But, we showing them a different story. So it's like, where else could he be around a lot of people and he could shout Black Power multiple times and not be looked at like he was crazy or insane? And so, we gave him that opportunity. We gave him the bullhorn. He was probably like 7 years old, you know what I'm saying? But I'm sure he will remember that for the rest of his life, that he was shouting Black Power, and he had everybody around him shouting Black Power with him, and he was happy about that, So, yeah, we're just going to continue to keep helping the people.
That one, man.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, that sounds powerful right there, bro. It really does. But yeah, man, we're going to have to have you call back up when you got some time.
Yeah, my bad. I was in between a couple little different things, but I still listen though. I had it on my tablet. I was listening online, but I couldn't get away to call in.
Well, what I'll do is I usually post the show on YouTube also, so I'll do that probably sometime within the next couple of days, and then post that up on the YouTube page. And then I always post the links and everything.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, most definitely. I'll come on and do a show know what I'm saying? We could do a show just dedicated to Flint if you want. It's no problem with me.
That would be dope. Yeah, I'll take that, man. I'll take that. So we'll figure out when you want to do it, man. But yeah, I definitely, man.
Yeah, like I got,
you got pictures too, man. That's like dope.
Yeah, I always make sure I take pictures when I go. But yeah, I got family in Flint, so you know I've been back and forth. I was back and forth already before we even started taking water out there, because I got family that lived there. You know, that was the first stop we made when we went up there with the water. We stopped by my family's house because they only had one case of water left. You know, and that was I don't know if you saw the video that I did for Flint, but like the first person that was talking in the video, that was my cousin, and she was just saying how they need to use the bottled water for everything, like washing up to, you know, brushing teeth to cooking, everything. Like you can't use the water for nothing except for flushing the toilet. And they were sending people shut-off notices. That's the craziest part. Like, you know, you can't even use the water, but yeah, you still want me to pay for it?
Right. You know, like that's just a slap in the face right there, beyond the slap in the face.
Right. And that just shows how crooked this capitalistic system is. So you want me to pay for a service that I'm not even getting? That's crazy.
Not only are you not getting it, if you happen to use it, it is harmful.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, people they was having skin problems. Their hair was falling out. Like, it was crazy. I tried to, you know, get some interviews and stuff while I was there, but you know, it was just crazy, man. Like, we was more so focused on delivering the water, but we also wanted to get the word from the people. And that's some of the stuff that they were saying. Like, people was having miscarriages and everything. Like, it's crazy.
Wow.
Like, you know, you never realize how much you actually depend on clean water until you don't have it.
Which is something that, especially in Michigan, should never occur.
Right, exactly. And the only reason why it is occurring is because it's poor black people. Like, if this was you know, if it was Bloomfield Hills or Troy or, you know, Grosse Pointe, like, it would have been fixed in a week. But because it's poor black people, like, to me, in my mind, this is the purge. Like, that's exactly what it is. It's the purge. It's getting rid of the undesirables. If you remember, I don't know if you saw the purge or even know what the purge is about. Yeah, but
yeah, I saw that.
It was one part in part one where people were happy about the purge because all of the poor people were killed off, and that's exactly what this is. Like, you basically killing off the undesirables. It's like, it's not a priority because these people aren't looked at as valuable to society because they don't have the highest education or the best jobs and all of that kind of stuff. But, you know what I'm saying, they are still valuable. It's just they're valuable in other ways. And the reason why they're not as valuable as they could be is because they don't have opportunity.
That is 100% true, man. And it's
right. You know what I'm saying? If they had the same opportunities that everybody else had, they could be just as successful, if not more successful. But, like, when you got white privilege and you got the best schools, you got both parents, you got the best neighborhoods, like, they don't have to worry about walking down the street and maybe I might get killed just for walking down the street. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have to worry about the same problems that we have to worry about. So they kind of live carefree so they can focus more on education and, you know, going to school. They don't have to worry about paying for college because they got college funds. Like, we don't have that luxury. So it's like, how can you fault us for being in a bad situation when we don't even have half of what you got and we still trying to make do?
And a lot of times, in a lot of cases, being way more successful, even with the ridiculous disadvantages you put on us. And that's the scary part to them.
Exactly.
You know, but yeah, I got to wrap this up there, King, man. I got to go. I'm definitely gonna
just let me know. I'm down with it. Yeah, you already know.
And I definitely want to attend one of the functions too when I come back home.
Yeah, that'd be
just
nice.
Keep me posted, man. And my apologies, man. I work midnights, man. It's catching up to me today.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, but anyway, man, salute to the whole squad, man. Definitely appreciate you reaching out to people, man. And they were excellent, man. They represented well, you know. So shout out to New Era, man, and shout out to the people that we haven't heard of yet that are putting in the work.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, and I'll share that Flint video with you if you haven't seen it already.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that
because
one.
You can see you know, some of what the actual people who live in Flint had to say. I'm gonna share that with you right now.
Yeah, and matter of fact, I'll share that. You know, I got a couple groups I add me in too. I'll share those. Share that in there also. All right, man. But you have a good one, man.
All right, you too. Thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you. No doubt. Salute.
All right. Peace.